Hello, this is Mrs. White, and I'll be talking about artificial selection. Now, what is artificial selection? Now, this is a process by which humans intentionally select plants or animals with desirable traits and then purposely breed them so that we produce organisms with favorable traits. Now, artificial selection is called as that because it's not natural and you pretty much manipulate the trait of the organism. Now, artificial selection is also called selective breeding, and it is called that because we select the organism to reproduce and have offspring. Now, here's an example of artificial selection. We know that artificial selection has been done and used for thousands of years. And humans use artificial selection to domesticate animals. So what happens is wild animals have those tame versions of them, and humans are able to train them. So they selected the ones that are tamer and produce more animals that could be domesticated. Now here's an example of the gray wolf, which is a close relative of the dogs that we know today. And it is believed that humans selected the tame wolves over time when they keep on selectively breeding these tame gray wolves. That led to the evolution of dogs. Another example, in Russia, they actually conducted an experiment to show how foxes could also be domesticated to become dogs, as you can see here on the picture. Now, humans use selective breeding in pets such as cats and dogs so that we produce those kinds of animals that are friendly, intelligent, or attractive and, cute looking. And humans use artificial selection to selectively breed horses as well and other farm animals with desirable traits, such as horses that are selectively bred to produce fast and strong offspring, and as well as cows that are selectively bred to produce offspring that yields higher milk output. Now, in plants, human also does selective breeding, and this is actually the oldest form of selective breeding. And plants are artificially selected so that we can manipulate either the looks of the crops to produce so they look prettier. And in agriculture, they use selective breeding for plants because they would like to produce higher yield crops and good for business. Now, plants have been selectively bred as well to produce those seedless fruits that we know, like watermelon, cantaloupe, and all those seedless grapes and stuff like that, so that we don't need to worry about the seeds. And as well as broccoli flower, which is a cross between broccoli and cauliflower. Now, although artificial selection has its advantages, there are two major disadvantages. First and foremost, that artificial selection actually decreases diversity. So when you say diversity, it's pretty much the variety of these plants and animals. And this is dangerous because it could spread diseases. There might be less chances that the variety of these species will not be able to withstand diseases. And what happens when that occurs is that with organisms with all the same trait, individuals will be affected and an entire population could potentially be wiped out, hence potential extinction. And lastly, artificial selection can create organisms that are harmful to humans and other species. So an example of that are the killer bees or the African honeybees, and they were selectively bred so that we can produce more honey. But the downside to it, however, are increased aggressiveness of these bees and have been known to attack and even kill humans, hence the name killer bees. I hope this helps in understanding what artificial selection means. We'll dive into it a little bit more in our lesson. And with that being said, I hope this helps. Bye.